to have a prophet such as Jesus be killed is such a shameful thing. That's why they don't believe that it's true. So the crucifix in a church, or if you have a cross on jewelry, that sort of thing is very weird for Muslims. There are some key traps that I wanted to alert you to when talking about religious issues with Muslims. It's highly, highly offensive. It's a real hot button issue if you come across critical of the Quran or critical of Muhammad or just Islam in general. So, of course, we want to speak truth, but remember grace and truth. So, to be confrontational and offensive or insulting or somehow critical of Muhammad, their key prophet, or the Quran that they hold in such incredibly high esteem, that's really going to be off putting to Muslims and not help you get anywhere. So focus on the good news of the gospel, the fact that the grace message of the gospel is superior to the works-based earning yourself salvation. That's the direction really to go. Another key thought, be careful when inviting a Muslim friend to church. And that might sound strange. Like, of course, we want to bring people to church, right? But remember that in Islamic culture and in the East in general, they're a lot more conservative in terms of the distinction between men and women and the roles of men and women and what is considered appropriate and modest. So a church service where, excuse me, where men and women are sitting together, holding hands, shaking hands, touching, that's very off-putting to Muslims and offensive in a lot of ways and can be confusing and distract from the gospel. The same thing with showing disrespect to the Bible. Like, you hold it kind of at your side, you put it down on your seat, you put it on the floor. That sort of a thing is very foreign to Muslims who hold the Quran in such high esteem, but they would never do that. They won't even write in it. But here we are in church in a mixed congregation taking notes in the Bible. It just is not something that is intuitive or comfortable for a lot of people coming out of that Eastern culture. So be careful. Inviting people to the Baptist fellowship, where you're having pork and food that is non-halal. Halal meaning simply what has been blessed by the imam. The crucifix itself is offensive. And the reason is simply because Muslims don't believe that Jesus died on the cross. To have a prophet such as Jesus be killed is such a shameful thing. That's why they don't believe that it's true. So the crucifix in a church, or if you have a cross on jewelry, that sort of thing is very weird for Muslims and off-putting in some ways. So there are some, kind of little simple tips that might be a little bit helpful.